Hi there, this is the last video tutorial for the flower bud, and I'm going to use this color and 2 strands of floss. And as you saw my previous video tutorial, you know that I'm gonna be stitching this petal using long and short shading, and first of all I'm doing outlining. Okay, so I just did outlining for the center flower. Center flower is going to be light pink, and I'm going to stitch it the same way as I did for petals from this big pink flower. And I'm gonna use long and short stitches. Currently I'm continue working with the 2 strands which I have from outlining, but I will switch to 3 strands of floss. And yeah, regarding the stitches direction here, it's the same way as we did for the petals. You need to follow the stitches direction like I mentioned in the instructions that you have. So this way you can mark for yourself with gel pen. Usually I don't make any marks for myself. I just stitch it. I already imagine how the stitches direction should go, and but if you're afraid to do the mistake, so better do one stitch in the middle and few stitches here and there to just mark the stitches direction for yourself. At least you can make at least 3 stitches and you will be like more confident in your next stitches. So now I will be just filling everything with long and short, the same way as I did for the petals from the big flower. Now I'm switching to this color and I'm gonna use 2 strands of floss and I'm gonna do the shading inside the leaf. Now I'm gonna make few stitches in the center using this color to create this shadow. And that was actually the most complicated part in this flower. All the rest will be super simple. Those petals you will be stitching with satin stitch, but first you will just need to do outlining, like you know how to do it. It's split stitch and 2 strands of loss using the same color which you are going to be using when filling this petal with satin stitch later. So I switch it to the darker pink.
This is this one color, and then the darker pink is going to be this color.
Now I'm filling the petals, and you will be doing not just regular satin stitch. You will need to do some short stitches because the direction of satin stitch is changing, and you will need to be to fill all the rest area because it's like the direction of stitches is changed, so you need to follow this direction. So from time to time you will need to do short stitches between your satin stitch. I continue stitching with 2 strands because I have those I have this floss left after outlining, but yeah, if you will stitch it using 3 strands of floss, it will be faster to fill this area. So I will probably jump to this place and start stitching, filling this area, and then I will switch to 3 strands of floss to fill all the rest petal, and it will give me more volume in these places, so it's gonna look nice. Especially in this place, I'm trying to do long and short stitch because the direction of the stitches is changing. See, one long stitch, and sometimes you need to do 2 short stitches and 1 long stitch. So and if you have some gaps, yeah, you can go back and fill it with one more or two stitches like this. That's it for this side. The same I will do for this side, and the same way I will stitch those two petals. You know, I noticed that if I start stitching from the top part and moving down, it's much more comfortable to feel this area, and also it's much more comfortable if I go up outside of outlining from the bottom and I go put the needle down here inside the flower. So maybe you will try and you will also see that it's much more comfortable for you too. Now I'm switching to this color. I will make outlining and will fill it the same way as I did for those two petals. This small flower is almost done, and only one I need to do. It's to do French knots and lazy daisies. I would like to make it from the orange to the light yellow, so you can do it each color separately, or you can use variated threads from which goes from orange to the yellow and to the light yellow shade. I will try to do it with variated threads now. I have 3 strands of floss, and I will make a knot on the side with orange shade, and I will start from here and I'm wrapping my needle 3 times. So I did 4 French knots, and I need to move closer this French knot, so I will like fix it on the place, on the right place with 1 stitch here, and I will do the next row of French knots. And I already see that the color of my thread is changed, which is awesome. This is what I wanted. Now I will be doing lazy daisies. and voila. This way you can do all the rest flowers. So that's it for this design, embroidery design. Thank you so much for joining my stitching along, and thank you so much for stitching with me. Please send me your pictures of your work, and maybe I will share it in my Instagram, in stories, and in my feed. So I'm really happy to see your results, and yeah, see you next time when we will be stitching something new. Thank you so much, guys. Bye.